Okay, so we're going to open Illustrator and create a new document. So when you create a new document, I choose Portrait and accept the default settings that are already there. Okay, Illustrator has Portrait and Landscape. Portrait is what we want. We open it up and you need to get your image of yourself. So hopefully you've got a photograph of yourself by now. That's not me, that's me, as when I had no hair. So drop that in. Ooh, that's a bit scary. And make it a little bit bigger. And get to the edges, the extents of the image, and scale it down. So if your image comes through this size, you're clearly not going to work in it that scale. So you need to scale it down, get it down to a reasonable size where it fits within the A4 page that you're working on. So once you're down to that sort of level, put it in the center as best you can, and then you can lock that layer down and by creating a new layer, the layer in which we're going to create our skin, which is the first layer of the cake, so to speak. You can go back, click on the image, and you could make it opaque, so that means make it transparent. That might make it easier for you to draw and not get confused with what's in front. So you can change different opacity levels. I'm going to stick with 100%. I'm going to lock that layer down and go back and then start using something called the pen tool to draw around my face, the skin part of my face. So look on the toolbar. As you hover over it, it tells you what they are. Choose the pen tool and start clicking. So it's like a join the dots exercise. Go around the whole shape of the face. Click, click, click. If the white starts to annoy you, you can turn that off. On the toolbar, choose the square with a red line going diagonally through it. And then just click, click, click around the face. Now it doesn't matter when you come to something like the beard, you can just cut through the beard because clearly the beard is going to be in front of the skin as and when we complete the image. So keep clicking all the way around. Go around the ear. And right back to the start where you first clicked. So you've now completed the first layer of the cake, so to speak. You now need to use the eyedropper tool. So like in science, you use an eyedropper to pick up different kinds of chemical. You're now picking up the color on the image underneath. So by clicking that color, we're getting quite a vivid color. Obviously there are white and darker elements on shading which you can add later, but we'll accept that and then hide that layer, turn it off. Now we need to create the next layer, which is going to be beard, and we use the pen tool again, and this time follow the shape of the beard all the way around, go back to the start and click connect. Again, turn that color off by clicking on the white square with the red line through it. So once connected, you can use the eyedropper tool and click on the beard color and you get the beard. However, the problem is the beard doesn't actually look like that. We have got area of skin in between parts of the beard. We now need to trace around them by getting rid of that color, turning it off, and then click, click, click around the shape of the inner part of the beard. I'll then show you how to remove that from the main piece. So remember, when you click in now, you're always clicking on top of what you've just done. So you're always working on top of the last layer, the top of the last object that you created. So carefully click around it, go back to the start and click and connect the points together. Now then, to delete this part away from the main beard, we're going to use something on Pathfinder called minus front. So you can see there's two elements, select them both, then go to Pathfinder, which is in Window, and then minus front, the second button in, and that should take that shape away. So when we now click the shape, we select the outline and click the eyedropper and click on the color you want. You've now got a beard which has the skin in between it. So just to show you how we're progressing, we've got the skin and the beard. Next step, eyes. So new layer, create the eyes layer after you've locked the other layers down and turned them off, and you can now focus on the eyes. If you zoom in for this, I go in quite close. Ooh, probably not that close, but yeah, that'll do. So we're gonna go around the different parts of the eye with the pen tool again. So remember, you've got three parts. You've got the white of the eye, you've got the iris, you've got the pupil. You might also want to select some of the white areas where the light has been refracted in the eye. And we'll show you how to do that in a minute. So click around the shape. Make sure you try and get as accurate as possible. The more accurate you are, the more realistic this portrait's going to look. Remember, this is going on your t-shirt. We want this to look really good. So next part, the iris. You can use the circle tool. So if you hold down the mouse on the rectangle tool, up pops a sub menu. You can use the circle tool, and then you can use the white selection tool to just adjust some of the points to make it not a circle, to make it an ellipse. So we just try and get as accurate as possible. You can use the anchors to just correct that and make sure it's fitting. And then we need to draw the pupil. So click on hold, get the ellipse tool up, hold shift this time, and you can draw a perfect circle. If that's fine, you might want to also draw the light refractions, so use the circle tool for that. Little blemishes there. And select then each individual area. So to get the color, click on select the shape, eyedropper, and you pick up that color. Now that's no good at the moment. We need to work from the top down, so we need to do the pupil first. So select the pupil. The pupil is there, so we need to select that and choose black. We can then select the little light parts, use the eyedropper, get the white or the near to white color, do the same with the other part. Eyedropper tool, select that color, and now do the iris. So in this instance it's like a dark blue, so click on the eyedropper, pick up the color, and the last thing you need to select is the outside white of the eye. Now that's going to be slightly darker because it's underneath. There's a shadow underneath my eye. That's pretty dark. I might want to lighten that up in a minute. Let's zoom out, see what it looks like. And there you've got the whole thing so far. Yeah, a little bit dark. So what you can do is go back to that shape, the white of the eye part, and make it slightly whiter. Make it white if you want, and that looks a bit more realistic. So that's one eye. The next eye, turn the layer back on, turn all the other layers off apart from the eye, make sure you're on that eye layer, and zoom back in and focus on that eye. Now I have not turned that layer back on, so I need to turn that layer on so I can now work on it. As you can see, the pen tool won't allow me to work on that layer, so I need to click the eye and turn it back on. There, perfect. So click, click, click all the way around. Turn the white off if you don't want it to appear. Yeah, it's a square with the red line through it, good. And go all the way around and select each point, making sure you're as accurate as possible. Again, the more accurate you are, the better this is going to look. And remember to join the points up. Okay, iris. So get the shape roughly. You might need to rotate it. You might need to pull some of the points out a little bit just to get that iris right. And then we need to draw the pupil and the white reflective parts. So once you've got the iris, pupil now it's going to need to be rotated. So we need to use the black selection tool. So click on the black selection tool and rotate from the corner and move it where you want it. Carefully move this, you have to move from the edge. That's it. So the white little refractive part there, we get that as well. Let's draw that before we do the iris. Just a little bit of blemish there. Lovely. I'll pick up the light. Okay, select the iris. I use the eyedropper. And yeah, it looks a little bit odd, but never mind, that's the angle of the eye. And select the white, and what you can do is just scroll across and use the eyedropper tool to pick up the colour from the other eye. There we are. Perfect. Zoom back out. And let's see how it looks so far. Good. It's getting there. So, layer by layer. Build it up. Remember to name your layers. Remember to work without the layers on each individual part. Obviously you've got eyebrows, hair, shadow to do.